Hello everyone, welcome to my first video tutorial. Had a few suggestions and a couple of people have asked me how I do double knitting. I have knitted for 40 years and I found this pattern and it was double knitting and I'd never tried it before, so it's very challenging and very difficult just to get my head around how it's all done. So basically, if you don't know, double knitting is where you knit something double-sided. So you knit one side and then the reverse side, but not separately. You do them simultaneously. So in a normal case, I'll probably knit a scarf. You knit it one side there and then you knit the back side to hide all the ugly other side if you wanted a print or something like that. And in this case, because we do have a pattern off a graph, we don't want all the other side having all the string and stuff all attached to it. So as you can see, a bit of a Stark fan from Game of Thrones. So I had this hat and I wanted to have a scarf, and I found this pattern that was double knitting. I thought, you know what, I'm going to give it a crack, because I like the reverse look. I like it because I tie it up and you're not seeing the back side. So I thought, oh, I can do this. Yeah, that's what I thought. So I gave it a go. I've made a few mistakes, but that's all right. That's what you get when you're knitting, and that's part of knitting and crochet and everything else. Is not every single piece is going to be perfect. And that's why people like handcrafts, because they're all individual and every piece is different. So as you can see, I've made a few mistakes along the way. These will just be fixed up later. I'm not too concerned. I'm not going to unpick it all just to get rid of these little bits here. And so I got the pattern, and the pattern was on Pinterest. And as you can see, the pattern for the scarf was just grey and black. And once I'd done the head, which was the dire wolf for the Stark mono, doing a reverse side was really difficult to get my head around. The grey, the black, the grey, the black, and then you reverse it in black and grey and black, grey. It was, oh my God, I just went, you know what, when I'm getting to the writing, which is winter is coming, I'm just going to do it in white. Now, had I known then what I know now, which was there was very little YouTube tutorials or anything else on more than two colours in double knitting, it was really difficult. So as you can see, I've made a few mistakes where I've carried the wool along and it's bled. But I'm not really worried because I'm going to crochet around a white edge on it too. So look, I'm happy with that. I just want to get it finished at this stage, just doing my head in. So yeah, so I got the free pattern from Pinterest and I printed out the graph. I will do another tutorial at some stage on how to read a graph and how to do it if you're crocheting or knitting. And the beauty of this pattern is this graph is I can transfer it to crochet very simply. They're pretty transferable, so you can use any graph you like for either medium, whether you want to do crochet or knitting. So as you can see, printed off the thing because it was on my phone and it was really difficult. When you're working on the phone, you got to enlarge everything and count, and I just went, you know what, this is just too hard. Print it out, so much easier. Print it out, and then I just use the highlighter to go where I'm supposed to go. So the first thing you need to do with any of this sort of stuff, double knitting or anything like that, is to make sure that you've got stuff set up. Because I'm using 3 colours or 4 colours or 5 colours or whatever the colours that you're using, they will tangle. They will tangle. And it's no different if you're doing crochet, they'll tangle. When I'm doing crochet graph gans, I just wrap them around a peg and just use one bit by bit. And again, I'll show you how to do that on a crochet YouTube tutorial later on graph grants. Much easier. So for this, I just use, I'm just going to grab my iPad. That's my little spinning nitty noddy. And I've just put my wool on that. I haven't put the white in there because I was finding if I put the white on there as well, it was tangling up and making a big mess. So I just went, you know what, just leave it. Okay, so the white's just on its own and I put it in a bag just to keep it nice and clean. Keep dog hair, kids stuck in it, all that sort of stuff. All right, so had I known then what I know now, 3 colours is probably the amount of all you'll need because it is a pain in the bottom. So what we do is we carry all the colours across. Now when you're doing Fair Isle or something with multiple colours, you would just carry it across behind, one colour all the way. But because we want a reversible side on this, we don't want to be carrying loops across the back. So we want to be, you have to carry it with the yarn. So it has to go back, forward and weave it in like you would just normally. Alright, so I'll try and give you a little bit of an understanding of how this goes. It'll probably be a bit overwhelming. Most people have just turned off because they just went, oh my god, this is just too hard. But as you get more and more familiar with it, it's a lot easier. So with my graph, I'm going, the grey side is obviously the right side because the writing is in the right direction. If you go the black side, it's in reverse. So my grey side is my right side. Your little graph, this one's awesome because it has right side and wrong side written on there. So with this one, because now I'm doing the right side, the grey should be facing me. So all your grey stitches should be knit and all the black stitches will be purl because you're purling on the wrong side. Does that make sense? No, most people don't understand what I've just said. Okay, so we have all the stitches for the scarf on one needle. Okay, so, and we knit them simultaneously. So as you would with normal knitting, there's a right side and a wrong side. So the purl ones on this row are all our black stitches, except this one here, because on our graph, as you can see, we have a border around it. Right, so all those border ones are the reverse. And all the lettering is in white. Now that made it easier for me. Don't have to think about it too much. That's another reason why I went in different colour. Because it was doing my head in, just doing the dire wolf. Just trying to figure out which ones are grey and which ones are black, and it was it wasn't easy. So get that out of the way. So what we start with is we carry all the colours. So we've gone right to the end, and what we'll do is we'll simply knit the grey ones. Now if you start off like I do, and I put the colour that I'm going to knit at the top. The middle, white is always the middle one for me because it's only used spasmodically, and the black is a purl. So it differentiates, it makes me different. That's what I'm trying to say. Sorry about this, guys. This is my first one, so we're technical issues, and speaking is a problem I'm going to have to overcome at some point. So just get my microphone out of the way. There we go. Alright, so we just knit the grey. Now at the start we want all the greys to come, all the colours to come into line. We want to carry them. So what I do with my second stitch is bring the black under the white and the grey, and that catches them. If I just kept going as you would normally do, the white would undo all the way along. Then I just get the white, give it a bit of a tug. Double knitting is not something that you sit down and you watch television and you smash out an item. Double knitting is something, especially the first time, is something that you have to, I'll just drop the stitch there, is something you have to think about. No, it's fine. It's fine. Don't stress. It's fine. So we're back to grey again. Ah. Now we've got that border after this bit. So as you can see, we've got two black. One is pearled as per normal, and one is knitted because we want to knit it from that side. Okay, and then it's reversed. So we have the grey, pearl that one, because it's on that side, so it'll be pearled. Okay, and then knit it again. We're back to the normal. We're back to normal. And then we just go purling the black and knitting the grey all the way along. And you, with confidence, and by the time you start doing it a bit more, you become a little bit quicker with your wool. Obviously, I'm not very quick at the moment because I'm videotaping this, and I'm sitting here next to a massive can of baked beans and spaghetti and soup, so that my iPad can be at a high distance, and I can't, because I can't knit and film at the same time. Hold an iPad, it's too difficult. I will get a little bit more tech savvy as the videos progress. Okay, so now we're at our writing. So I'm going to, the writing is quite simple because for every square of the graph is actually 2 stitches, a knit and a purl, because you're doing reverse. So all the whites are just knit, purl, knit, purl, knit, purl, knit, purl, knit, purl. They're quite easy to do. If you were doing it in just a reversible 2 colour, then this one would be a black minute. So you reverse it. So you have a black, you've just done a black one, you do another black one, grey, black, grey. Excuse me. All the way along. Right, so the white for me is quite simple because it's just one colour. So you just go that way, remembering again to bring all your colours through, because we don't want to just leave them there and then drag them around later. You want to take them all the way through, and you won't see them. As long as you keep the tension on, you won't see them bleed through. Especially at the end, when you've blocked it all and it's all been pulled tight, you're not going to see it. So as you can see, at the end of the white, we will go back on our graph. It's going back to normal. There's no extra stitches. Because again, we're doing the right side, the grey is the dominant colour. So it goes to the top. You will have to untangle your yarn at every end. Okay, that's just how it is. I find it, if you don't, it's just going to twist up and be all horrible. You don't want that. And not only that, you can't get your fingers in it. So we're just back to normal, and I'll run to the end of this row. So knit, purl, run to the end of the row. Then when we come back, it'll be in reverse, and I'll show you how to do that way. Right, so we're at the end of our row. We're going to spin it around. So, where are we going with the yarn? We don't want to continually twist it. We're going back that way. Right. Alrighty, see how it's all still twisted? I would get the white and untangle it. The grey, not so much, but definitely the white, untangle it. So that it's not all bunched up. And then we just do the reverse process going back the other way. We're now on the wrong side, so we would just do the reverse process. So obviously our black ones are knit and our pearl ones are grey all the way along. Following the graph, because on the graph we've just done, I highlight them because it's so much easier. So on our graph we've got to go back 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 black stitches, and then we'll start 2 white and then the rest and then 2 white. Okay, so that's how we do it. I hope that helps clear up some of it. Give it a crack. If you're a knitter, give it a crack. Obviously if you're a beginner, don't do it. But if you're a confident knitter, then it gives you a bit of a project to try and to be a bit challenging. If there's any other questions you guys have, let me know on the Facebook page. I'll be posting a link to Facebook and YouTube for this tutorial. So also, if there's anything else you'd like me to show you, whether that be crochet or knitting or spinning, let me know. And happy spinning and knitting and crocheting. And I'll catch up with you on the next YouTube. Thanks, buddies. Bye.